welcome to a new video, friends of the channel, raising awareness about healthy eating habits. Ultra-processed foods, such as nuggets, sausages, and hams, have become a significant part of the modern diet. These foods, which are often more convenient and affordable than fresh and natural options, are, however, raising health concerns. The term ultra-processed refers to foods that have undergone several industrial processes and that contain additives, colorings, preservatives, and other synthetic components. These products are not only nutritious, but often contain a large amount of artificial ingredients that can compromise the proper functioning of the body. Have you ever stopped to think about what is really on your plate when you choose foods like nuggets, sausages, and hams? Or even when you choose that quick and tasty snack, without thinking about the consequences it can have on your health in the long term? What many of us don't know is that these foods, which seem so convenient and tasty, are, in fact, one of the biggest silent villains of our health. They may seem harmless, but they hide a reality full of industrialized ingredients and harmful additives that directly affect our bodies, causing a series of problems, from metabolic diseases to heart and digestive problems. It is easy to fall into the temptation of convenience. In a world where the rush of everyday life is constant, ultra-processed foods seem to be the solution to all our problems. Quick to prepare, affordable, and with an unmistakable flavor that attracts most of us. But are we really making the right choice? Or are we putting our health at risk without even realizing it? The question here is not just about taste, but about the impact that these food choices have on our bodies in the medium and long term. When we talk about foods like nuggets, sausages, and hams, we need to understand that these products go through an intense industrial process, which goes far beyond simply cooking or packaging. They contain artificial additives, preservatives, trans fats, and excessive amounts of sodium and sugar, substances that can alter the functioning of our bodies in ways that we may not even imagine. Worst of all, these foods often fail to provide the essential nutrients that the body needs to function healthily, such as vitamins, minerals, and good quality proteins. Instead, they offer empty food, loaded with calories, but with no real nutritional value. Now, I ask myself, how many times have you eaten a nugget or a sausage thinking it was a quick and convenient choice? And how many times have you asked yourself what you are really consuming when you make this choice? Most of us don't stop to think about the composition of these foods, but it's time to reflect. What are we really putting into our bodies? And more importantly, what is this doing to our health? This is a crucial time to rethink our diet and the impact of the choices we make. The intention here is not to create unnecessary panic or generate guilt, but rather to raise awareness about the consequences of these ultra-processed foods for our health and body. We need to be more aware of what we buy at the supermarket and what we are actually putting into our bodies. Now ask yourself, did you know that excessive consumption of foods like these can contribute to the development of serious diseases such as diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure, and even cancer? Or that these foods are rich in sodium, sugar, and preservatives, but poor in essential nutrients that our bodies need so much? The truth is that when you choose nuggets, sausages, and ham, you are sacrificing the quality of your health for convenience, and you may not even realize it yet. The reflection here is profound and essential, so that we can make more conscious choices. How can we improve our diet and make healthier decisions? Can convenience and flavor really justify the long-term harm caused by these processed foods? Let's talk about how we can avoid these ultra-processed products and opt for more nutritious and beneficial options for our health. The issue goes beyond aesthetics or immediate convenience. Let's think about the irreparable damage that ultra-processed foods can cause over the years. Have you ever stopped to consider how the constant consumption of these foods can affect your kidneys, heart, and even brain? Have you ever considered that the consumption of trans fats, sugars, and preservatives can have a devastating impact on your metabolism and your long-term health? What seems like a simple, worry-free meal can actually be the beginning of serious problems for your body. In this sense, what you eat not only defines who you are, but also how you feel, how your body reacts, and how it ages. What would your life be like if you replaced these ultra-processed options with fresh, natural, nutrient-rich foods that actually nourish your body? How would you feel when you realized that you were taking control of your health, not only now, but also for years to come? It is time to reflect deeply on what we are really consuming and what the consequences of this are for our health. Do you want to continue exchanging convenience for quality and long-term health? Or are you ready to change your eating habits and make healthier decisions that will benefit your body and your quality of life in the future? Reflection is necessary, and it is important to remember that all the choices we make in our daily lives, including food choices, shape our future health. It's time to reevaluate our habits and understand the true impacts of ultra-processed foods. I ask you, what is the real cost of your diet? Ultra-processed foods are those that have undergone significant industrial transformations and contain ingredients that are not found in the common kitchen. These ingredients include dyes, preservatives, emulsifiers, artificial sweeteners, and other additives that aim to improve the appearance, flavor, texture, and shelf life of the product. In many cases, ultra-processed foods are higher in calories, sodium, sugars, and fats, but lower in essential nutrients. Nuggets, sausages, and hams. What's in them? These foods are classic examples of ultra-processed foods. Let's understand what's in their composition and how these ingredients impact our body. Fats and sodium. Nuggets, sausages, and hams contain large amounts of saturated fats and, often, trans fats, which are harmful to our cardiovascular system. Trans fats, found in some processed products, can increase the risk of heart disease by raising bad cholesterol, LDL, and reducing good cholesterol, HDL. In addition, sodium is an abundant component of these foods. Sodium is used to preserve foods and improve flavor, but excessive consumption can lead to hypertension, high blood pressure, a risk factor for heart disease, stroke, and kidney failure. Sugars and refined carbohydrates. Although foods like sausages and ham are not sweet, they often contain added sugars and refined carbohydrates, which act as preservatives and flavor enhancers. Excessive sugar consumption is strongly linked to the development of type 2 diabetes, obesity, and metabolic diseases in general. In addition, sugar can contribute to insulin resistance, making it difficult to regulate blood sugar. Preservatives and additives. These foods are also loaded with preservatives such as nitrites and nitrates, which are used to extend shelf life and improve appearance. However, regular consumption of these preservatives has been linked to an increased risk of cancer, especially colorectal cancer. In addition, additives such as monosodium glutamate, MSG, and flavor enhancers can trigger allergic reactions in some people, such as headaches and nausea. Low nutritional value. Although nuggets, sausages, and hams contain protein, the nutritional value of these foods is low. They often contain low-quality proteins, which come from processed meat or artificial substitutes. In addition, they are depleted of essential nutrients, such as vitamins, minerals, and fiber, which are essential for the proper functioning of our bodies. Health problems associated with excessive consumption of ultra-processed foods. Excessive consumption of ultra-processed foods, such as nuggets, sausages, and ham, is directly related to the development of several diseases and health conditions. Here are some of the main organic problems that can arise. Heart disease. The excess of saturated fats, trans fats, and sodium found in these foods significantly increases the risk of heart disease. The accumulation of fat in the arteries, increased blood pressure, and changes in cholesterol levels are risk factors for heart attacks, strokes, and other cardiovascular complications. Obesity. Ultra-processed foods are high in calories but low in nutrients. This leads to an increase in caloric intake without providing the nutrients necessary for satiety and health. As a result, frequent consumption of these products can contribute to the development of obesity, a condition that in itself increases the risk of several other diseases, such as diabetes and hypertension. Type 2 diabetes. The high amount of sugars and refined carbohydrates present in ultra-processed foods can result in spikes in blood glucose, impairing the functioning of the pancreas. Over time, This can lead to the development of insulin resistance, one of the main factors in the emergence of type 2 diabetes. Digestive disorders. The preservatives and additives present in these foods can alter the intestinal flora, causing imbalances that affect the digestion and absorption of nutrients. This can result in disorders such as food intolerances, indigestion, and even irritable bowel syndrome. Cancer. Excessive consumption of processed foods, especially processed meats such as ham and sausages, is associated with an increased risk of cancer, especially colorectal cancer. This is due to the presence of nitrites and nitrates that can transform into carcinogenic compounds in the body. Kidney problems. The high sodium and protein content in these foods can overload the kidneys over time, increasing the risk of chronic kidney disease. Excess sodium, in particular, can lead to fluid retention and increased blood pressure, which compromises kidney function. Now that we understand the profound impacts of ultra-processed foods on our health, it's time to seriously reflect on the food choices we make on a daily basis. Nuggets, sausages, ham. These foods may seem convenient and tasty, but what do we really know about what's behind them? And most importantly, what are we allowing to happen to our bodies by consuming them? Throughout this text, we have sought to understand the damage that these foods can cause to our bodies, and it's time to reflect on how we can reverse the dietary mistakes we've made. When we choose ultra-processed foods, we're not just opting for convenience. We're compromising our health and quality of life in the long term. When you buy a pack of sausages or a jar of nuggets at the supermarket, you're not just buying food, but you're also unknowingly acquiring a series of industrial ingredients that alter your metabolism and harm your body in many ways. These food choices, with their high sodium content, trans fats, preservatives, and artificial additives, don't provide what your body really needs to function properly. Have you ever stopped to think that your consumption of foods like these could be contributing to the emergence of serious diseases, such as type 2 diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure, and even cancer? This is not scaremongering. It is the reality of the facts. We are talking about food products that contain substances that alter the chemistry of our body in very subtle but profoundly impactful ways. It is a silent time bomb that can explode into health problems over the years. Now it is time to ask yourself, how many times have you consumed these products without thinking about the effects they would have on your body? How many times have you chosen convenience over looking for a healthier option? Sometimes, the speed of a ready-made dish fools us, making us believe that we are making the right choice. But in reality, we are deceiving ourselves and allowing our health to be compromised by a simple desire for convenience. But there is good news here. It is never too late to change. You have the power to reverse these dietary mistakes and make healthier choices. You can start choosing fresh, natural foods that don't contain preservatives, colorings, or artificial additives. You can learn to cook in a simpler way, but with greater nutritional value, while still being practical. It's a matter of changing your mindset and prioritizing the quality of your health over momentary convenience. Did you know that there are delicious and nutritious alternatives to replace these ultra-processed foods? You can replace nuggets with grilled chicken, ham with lean meats, and sausages with natural protein options that will provide more nutrients for your body. In addition, fresh fruit, vegetables, whole grains, and good quality proteins are the best choices for a balanced and healthy diet. Believe me, your body will thank you for it. It's important to remember that food goes far beyond just satisfying hunger. It is the source of energy, health, and well-being for your body. When we choose ultra-processed foods, we are exchanging true nutrition for something that only fills our stomach momentarily, but does not nourish our cells in the way they need. What do you really want for your future? A long and healthy life, or living with health problems that could be avoided with more conscious dietary choices? Now I ask you, how much is your health worth? How much are you willing to invest in it? Are the small conveniences of everyday life, such as ultra-processed foods, really worth it when compared to the damage they cause over time? If your answer is no, then it is time to start taking action and change your eating habits. What you eat is fundamental to your well-being and your future. Don't let ultra-processed foods steal your health. Make smarter and healthier choices. Finally, I want to challenge you. Look at your diet and ask yourself if it is truly nourishing your body or just feeding a temporary addiction for convenience. If you don't like the answer, change now. It's not too late. There are better, healthier, and tastier alternatives waiting for you. The key is to understand that true nutrition is the one that brings benefits to your body in the long term, not just the momentary pleasure of a plate full of additives and empty calories. Let's make this change together in search of a healthier, more balanced, and happier life. Now it's up to you. What are you going to do with your health? Are you ready to transform your diet and live a healthier life? The choice is in your hands. Think and reflect. I hope to see you in new videos. Until next time, a big hug.